You know what, I really just wish Jason and his crew never went to search for that legendary golden fleece. But guess what? They did, and he found Medea, a sorceress and princess, who helped him get the fleece and then left cold cheese with him because suddenly she was in love. Now look at her. Her man cheated on her, she's in here sobbing, in her feelings and causing a fuss. Woe is her, I guess, but the tea is, I'm a little bit scared for Jason because sis is crazy. Just to make things worse, here comes the tutor and Medea's 2 sons.
Sis, what are you doing out here?
I'm out here because Medea is still in there tripping over that boy, making me want a cigarette.
Girl, not a cigarette. You might as well get you a whole pack, because her grief is about to get even worse.
Huh?
Oop. I've said too much.
Stop playing with me and dish the dirt.
You ain't hear this from me, but Creon, king of Corinth, plans on banishing her and these 2 hot-tail lil boys of hers. Jason isn't doing anything about it either. Hate to see it. But don't tell Medea. Anyway, let me take these kids inside and get them something to eat.
I wish I were dead. And she has awakened. It's best if you guys go inside now to get out of her sight. Ah, children, your daddy doesn't like me and I wish death on you both, him and everything he belongs. Not the kids. Her attitude is about to get even worse and I seriously cannot handle this. I might need 2 packs of cigarettes. I really do hate men. They are some of the worst and most inconsiderate creatures on this planet. Women are expected to strive for marriage, and when she becomes married, she gives up almost everything to be with her husband and basically becomes his property. If he gets tired of the relationship, then he can step out, while women are expected to remain faithful to one man only. It's absurd. Marrying Jason has turned me away from my family and cold cheese. I have nowhere to go. He knew this and he still decided to step out on me. I hate him and I hope he dies a slow and painful death.
Are you done with the pack of your sons? Get on out of here.
Why?
I ain't scared of you. But I'm scared of you and what you might try to do to my daughter, so yeah. Pack it up, baby girl.
My beef isn't with good sis. Plus, how would I harm a king and his daughter? I'm not up to anything. Let me stay at least a couple days to get myself together and find somewhere to go.
Yo, you got 3 seconds before I have the guards come up in here and handle you, evil ass.
Please, King Creon. I have nowhere to go and I want to find a stable place to bring up my sons. You would want the same for your daughter if you were suddenly banished.
I'm the king, so I wouldn't be banished, but alright. I'll give you 1 day, but if the sun catches yo black behind here tomorrow, I'm going to have the guards blow yo brains out ya ass.
Thank you so much, King Creon.
Yeah, whatever. Hurry up. I'm out of this joint.
Ugh, what a dick.
I see you still aren't the sharpest tool in the shed. You do know that you wouldn't be banished if you hadn't been talking so reckless about the king and the princess, right? You're lucky you're only getting banished. But I'm not here to rub anything in your face. I'm here to extend a helping hand in whatever way you may need.
You know what? You're a real punk, Jason. Let's go back to the beginning though. I saved your life. I killed the serpent that watched guard of the Golden Fleece and led you to the success of your mission. I deceived my father and came to Iolcus for you. I killed King Peleus, in one of the most horrific deaths, for you. I did all of this, showed you nothing but love, and this is how you repay me? Finding another wife and abandoning me and your 2 sons? What kind of a man are you? Now where can I go? Back to cold cheese, where I deceived my father? Back to Iolcus, where Peleus's daughters are waiting to catch me on sight?
Whoa, you got more than you gave. You left in a land of barbarians and came to a place where your skills are widely recognized. Your fame's here, and I bet if you were still in cold cheese your name wouldn't be on any tongue. As for me stepping out on you, I'm marrying into the royal family for your best interest and for the best interest of our children.
How is?
Don't cut me off, woman. I'm marrying into the royal family so we wouldn't have to live as poor people. Secondly, I did it so that our sons could grow up in a prosperous family as brothers to royalty and have an equal place. You would understand if you could see past your jealousy. Damn, you females are something else. If only children could be born some other way and we could get rid of females. The world would be such a better place.
Get the fuck out.
Whatever. Have it your way.
I'll see that he gets what's coming for him. Zeus. I am one step closer to victory. Now that I have found a resting place with a goose in the city of Athens, my plan can go into full effect. I will send the nurse to Jason, and when he comes back I will tell him how I now see that his plan to marry into the royal family is indeed a good plan after all. I will see that my sons get to stay in Corinth so that they can help me carry out my plan to kill the princess. I will send her a wedding gift, a gown and a coronet, laced with poison. Next I will kill my 2 sons. This isn't something that I necessarily want to do, but I'll be damned if somebody else is raising my sons. I will leave Corinth as a murderess, and that leaves Jason here by himself with no sons nor a wife. Just leaving him a lonely life. How he left me. Oh Jason, I am so sorry for the anger that I expressed earlier. I don't know what I was thinking, but you were correct as always. I don't know how I couldn't see that you marrying into the royal family would be such a positive thing, especially for our sons. Instead of allowing jealousy to swallow me, I should have been by your side. But you know how women can get.
I'm glad you came to your senses, Medea. I don't blame you for being angry at first. It's a natural response.
I understand that I must go, but I ask that our sons be able to stay here with you.
I can ask, but I don't know what Corinne will say.
Have your wife ask. I'm sure she'll win him over. Children, please come in. I'm sure I can help in convincing her too. I'll send her a gown and a coronet.
Why would you do that? The royal palace is already filled with dresses and gold.
Gifts even persuaded the gods.
You're correct. Son, get the gifts and come on.
Son, go to the palace with your father and see that you and your brother can stay there with your father. Also, see that the princess gets this gift. Do not open this. It's not for anyone to see until the princess decides to put it on. Go now.
Yes, mother.
Medea, you have got to get out of here.
Why?
King Creon and the princess are dead.
This is great news. Tell me how they died.
At first the princess was upset to see your sons, but then Jason explained that they're his sons and asked her to ask her father if they could not be exiled. She then accepted the gifts because she loved what she saw. She pranced around the room in the dress and coronet, but then something unnatural happened. The coronet burst into flames and the dress began to eat away at her skin. She fell in the chair as a monster with white froth oozing from her lips, her eyes twisted and blood running from her skin. Her father burst into the room and like a foolish man, he clinged to her side. He sobbed over her, kissed her and cried out, "Let me die with my daughter." Sure enough, he did. As he tried to get up, she snatched him back down and the force was enough to rip his flesh off of his bones. How they both lie there dead. I leave with this: the intelligent man has no advantage. His foolishness is deserving of the most blame. Lastly, happiness is something that we only have by circumstance. Prosperity increases, but happiness never does. Good day.
Now. Let's handle those kids.
Mother. Why are you looking at me like that? Stop, mother. No.
Where's Medea? That demon killed the king and the princess. Does she expect to go unpunished? Where are my sons? I'm more concerned for them than that wicked bitch.
You have quite the potty mouth for a man who has nothing. Your sons are dead and I was the murderess. Before I ride off on my dragon, say your last words to me.
You filthy bitch. I should have known better than to allow some black nasty beast from a land of savages to come into my life. I should have known you were no good when you killed your brother. Now you've killed your own sons out of jealousy for me. You've killed all of the people who are important to me, and I hope you know that you will pay for this.
You thought that you could step out of our relationship, have a good life and then laugh at me from your ivory tower? You started all of this mess.
Was me finding another woman worth the lives of our children? You're crazy as hell. Give me my sons so that I can send them away properly.
Hell no. I'm taking them to the temple of Euripides, and there I will bury them by hand to ensure that none of my enemies violate their graves. Also leaving you with nothing. Just how you thought you would leave me. Goodbye, Jason. Your new wife waits to be buried.
I hope you rot in hell, Medea.